Hey guys, welcome back to the Unsavvy Budgeter. For those of you that are new to this channel, my name's Cindy and I take you along with me on my debt-free journey to pay off over $71,000 in credit card and student loan debt. So I've finished paying off all my consumer debt and I've actually paid it off earlier than expected. So in this video, I really wanted to share my key takeaways and what really helped me stay on track. So stay tuned for that. So I've identified 10 things that helped me stay on track with my debt-free journey and held me accountable to ensure that I saw this debt-free journey through. Number one was writing down my goals. It was really important for me to identify why I wanted to even start this debt-free journey and what I was saving for. And my main motivator was really to buy another home, buy a bigger home, and move out of state so that my husband and I can have a better quality of life. Number two is having an accountability partner. Obviously, my biggest accountability partner is my husband, but I would say that a close second is you guys. It's been life-changing sharing my debt-free journey on YouTube with you guys, and you guys have been such a great support and motivator for me because all the support that I get in the comments with your great suggestions, as well as ideas on how I can improve my budget has been so helpful. And because I've been talking so openly about my debt-free journey, I really didn't want to disappoint. I already committed to just starting this, and I started this very publicly and in a big way. So this really helped hold me accountable, and I highly encourage you guys to find your support system, whether it's through YouTube or close friends and family or any other social media platform. It's really great to talk openly about this and just share your whole experience on what you're going through, because you never know what you'll get out of it and you never know what kind of great advice or support you're going to get from others. Number three is having a budget and tracking your spending. I can't stress enough how important it was for us to have a budget. And I was a person that was not a believer in a budget because I didn't think that I needed one, but boy, was I wrong. A budget really was that game changer for me, where it really put things into perspective and it helped hold me accountable. The math doesn't lie, and this is where we did a lot of trial and error with our budget. We've tried a lot of different resources like Mint and YNAB, and it just wasn't a great fit for us. But that doesn't mean that it won't be a great fit for you. It's really important to try different things out to figure out what's really going to fit your needs. For us, we really liked budgeting in our planner. That's more for me because I really like writing things down because I think that it sticks to me better. And it was really great to have Google Sheets doing more of our complex budgeting because it does the math really well. It has built-in formulas and it removes that human error that I would have when it came to doing the math in my own planner. So when it came to Google Sheets, it really provided us really nice visuals that we didn't have to worry about, that it just automatically did with the bar graphs and the pie charts. So that was really nice for us to keep tracking our spending and seeing where all our money was going. Having that Google Sheet really helped me identify what my spending habits were and identifying patterns of how we got into debt in the first place. Once I was able to really track what my expenses were and where my money was going, I started to realize that I had a spending problem. I didn't think I did, but all the facts were right in front of me. I really loved to spend on miscellaneous things, and I really enjoyed spending on dining out and grocery shopping. So when I had all that tracked, it really showed me that I really had bad habits that I needed to change right away. It was also really great to see our progress visually because that was really motivating to see the huge strides that we were making just by making small tweaks in our lifestyle. And that was really rewarding for me. It was telling me that this is working and I should keep continuing down this path and I could challenge myself to do better because I think that I can cut back even more. And all that was really great to see because it made me want to see this debt-free journey through, and it made me want to be successful at the end of this. When it came to our budgeting style, we found that having a zero-based budget worked best for us. We loved the idea that every dollar of our income had a purpose and had a job of its own, and it also made the math a lot easier for us because we knew that there wasn't going to be anything left over. We also really liked budgeting by paycheck. That worked really great for me because I get paid weekly, and this forced me to check in with my budget a lot more often, and it helped me stay accountable because we had a lot of various bills throughout the month. So we would check in every week and make sure that that money that we got for the week had a job to do and had a bill to go towards. So that really helped us stay on track. And when it came to the end of the month, we also had bills that were going to come up in the following month that last paycheck of the month was going to account for. And this worked out great for us because when we tried to budget by month, we oftentimes forgot about those beginning of the month bills that were due that we didn't set aside money for. Number 4 is challenge myself to spend less. Oftentimes I overspent in certain categories, and that category would most likely be food for dining out and grocery shopping. So let's say for the month of February, I overspent in food. And let's say I overspent by $100. I often would like to trick myself. So for the following month in March, when we came to doing our budget, I would set myself a budget of $100 less, and this tricked my mind to force me to spend less because I had less to work with. And I figured that if I did that, then it would help balance out the budget in the end, and that overspending that I did the month prior wasn't that big of a deal. Number 5 is making any extra payments you can on your credit card. For me, I found it really motivating to make those extra payments on a monthly basis because any money that I had left over after paying my bills would go towards paying my current credit card that I was tackling. I was doing the debt avalanche method, which means that I was paying down my credit cards with the highest interest first. Those extra monthly payments on my cards really made me feel like my progress was happening a lot faster. And overall, it really helped the amount of interest I had to pay per month because my credit cards were calculating my interest payments based on the average daily balance that I held on my card. So the lower the balance you have, the less interest you have to pay. Number 6 was refinancing our mortgage. We had done this prior to starting our debt-free journey, but it's something that I highly recommend, and I'm really glad that we did. We wanted to pay off our mortgage a lot faster, so we were really happy to change our mortgage from 30 years to 15 years, and as a result, we didn't have to pay that much more monthly for our mortgage because we had such a lower interest rate. We were originally doing 4.5%, and we got the interest rate down to 3%. Obviously, now the interest rates are much lower, so if you haven't taken advantage of it, I highly recommend that you look into it. Number 7 is taking advantage of balance transfer offers. This was something that I did prior to my debt-free journey, and it was something that I've only recently discovered. I didn't know that balance transfer offers existed, but I'm really glad that I took advantage of some of the ones that I have. I don't recommend balance transfers to everybody because a lot of times you have to track when the balance transfer offer rate is going to end, and it may not be worth it because there can be associated fees for doing a transfer, which may mean that you're paying more than what you're actually saving. For me, I did the math and I found that it worked out really well, and I was going to be saving a lot on interest, which means that I was able to put more towards my principal. Number 8 is selling and returning my stuff. As I've started this debt-free journey, I've identified that I have a spending problem and was buying a lot of miscellaneous stuff that I didn't really need. So with all the stuff that I bought, I was able to sell a lot of it and return a lot of the stuff that was still within the return window. And this really helped me save a lot of money and get a lot of money back to put towards paying down the debt. I even sold my car, which I realized we didn't need anymore because we could manage being a one-car household. And I think one of my weaknesses was buying name brand purses. And I really didn't need all those purses after reevaluating my priorities and starting this debt-free journey and figuring out what my financial goals are. I told myself that, you know what, this is temporary and I can let these go because I can always get myself a nice one later on, and I really don't need as many later on in my life because I can just manage with one. So if you're in a spot where you feel like you're really attached to certain things and you don't want to let it go because you worked so hard for it, just remind yourself that it's temporary and you can always replace those things later. But I would say in total, purging all of the stuff that we had in our home and selling it and doing the returns, we got back over $8,000 in cash to put towards our debt. And I think that that's a really impressive number because that's like, for us, a month, if not more, of our income. So that was really helpful in making the debt payoff happen a lot faster. Number 9 is meal planning. This has been such a big cost saver for us because we've learned that we spend quite a lot on dining out prior to starting this debt-free journey. Even though we miss a lot of our favorite restaurants and a lot of foods that we enjoy, we found creative ways to make those meals and items at home, and it's really saved us a lot of money and fight off those cravings. Oftentimes, my husband and I crave Chipotle bowls, but I was able to find a recipe online that allowed me to make Chipotle bowls at home. And it made me feel a lot better because I feel like we're making healthier dishes because we know what ingredients are going into our foods. I'm also really guilty of drinking a lot of milk tea, and that was really challenging for me to figure out how to make something that I like at home. But I was able to find something that's close enough. And I discovered that my favorite tea brand was David's Tea. So that has helped me hack milk tea at home with boba. So let me know in the comments below if you guys have found really fun recipes that recreate some of your favorite restaurant meals, because I would really love more inspiration in making meal planning fun. Another great thing about meal planning is that it really challenges me to use my current goods at home. I still had a pantry full of dry goods and I had a lot of stuff in my deep freezer. So this really got me to be creative and I made a game out of it to try to really clear out my inventory. So that was additional savings on dining out and grocery shopping. Number 10 is using gift cards and coupons. I was able to get a lot of discounted gift cards during the holiday season, and I was able to redeem my credit card points to get additional gift cards at no cost at all. This really helped supplement our income, especially on the months where we were really tight in certain categories such as food. I felt like this was really a lifesaver for us because we were able to spend money without touching our income, and we were able to put that income towards paying down debt even faster. And I was able to use coupons to get discounts on things that we really needed for our household. I was really bad at couponing before because it really caused me to overspend and buy a lot of things that I didn't need. But ever since I started this debt-free journey, it really changed my priorities, and now I make sure to only use coupons for things that we really will use in our home. When it comes to additional savings, I've tried out Fetch and Ibotta apps, and those were great resources for us to get digital coupons as well as getting a little bit of cash back for our spending. These are the 10 things that really helped with my progress on my debt-free journey. It really helped me stay focused, it helped me save money, and it helped me stay on track to meet my goal date with paying off my credit cards on time. Even though we got through this consumer debt pretty fast, my words of encouragement for you guys is make sure to take the time to take care of yourself, even if it means that you need to step away from my channel or other YouTubers that talk about debt payoff and savings, because I definitely went through a period where I needed to step away from it and not think about debt for a little bit because it was all I was thinking about. And instead, I tried to pick up different hobbies and explore other interests. And it was really important for me to start therapy during this debt-free journey because I knew that it was going to be mentally taxing for me. And I can't stress enough how great it is to have somebody that I can talk to and be an open book and just really be more vulnerable and share my stresses and insecurities of going through this debt-free journey. So don't give up, guys. It has its ups and downs, but just know that I'm here for you. Everybody else on this channel is here for you. So even if you don't get through your debt-free journey as fast as I am, or you're not making progress as fast as I am, it doesn't mean that your progress is insignificant because I'm still here rooting for you guys, and I totally believe that you guys can see this through to the end. And I really want to hear about your updates, and I want to hear about them in the comments, and I want to keep cheering you guys on, and I want to know what tips and tricks that I've done in my debt-free journey has really inspired you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys found value from it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you like my channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that subscription button as well as the notification bell to get notified when new videos come out. I also really wanted to give an update to you guys. We were trying to release videos twice a week, but we've decided to change our schedule and we're only going to release videos once a week now because my husband and I really could use a break and we could really use the free time to pursue our other hobbies and have more time for each other. So I hope that you guys aren't going to be too heartbroken about this news, but if we have time to sneak in an extra video here and there, we'll make sure to do so. So thank you all for all your support throughout this time, and I can't wait to start the next leg of my debt-free journey, which is tackling the student loans. So stay tuned for that.